Hello there, and welcome to episode 33 of the Jack Halford podcast. Today I'm painting a picture again because I quite like this format. It's quite a nice little format today. I'll tell you what I've done today. I've been to Transform Fitness with the Brotherhood Legion again, and I had a really good time. It's nice group of lads. And we're all about improving ourselves. And I think about this all the time. How do I improve myself? A lot of people struggle with it too. They are thinking about how many things they have to do and they get overwhelmed, and then they don't get stuff done because you have to think about it in a sustainable way. You can't do everything at once. You have to slowly get into these habits, a little bit at a time. So, if you want to get fit, if you want to start going to the gym, go 1 or 2 times a week. If you want to get better at running, start running 1 or 2 times a week and do it for time, don't do it for miles. Because if you do it for time, it's just easier. You don't have to record anything, really. It's good. It's nice. I like it. It's better to record. Sorry, I'm just trying to find a brush to use. I've got this cadmium red out, which is more like an orange. I think I'm going to start with that today. But yeah, self-improvement is, for me, a journey that I'm on every single day. Every day I start the day with an ice bath. Every day I'm thinking about what I'm putting into my body. Every day I'm trying to get 1% better. Only 1%. Because it's sustainable that way. Then if I, slip up, I'm only getting 1% worse. Through that logic, or just not, maintaining. I think where people go wrong is they slip up and then they give up. You've got to get back on that horse. Take a week off, clean your house, tidy everything up. Wash your sheets, do your laundry, clean the pots and pans, get everything in order. Sort your schedule out, write some intentions out, and make things clearer and easier for you to do. Anything they've been putting off, you've got to do it. And then you can really start to get into all of the good habits then. You have to sort everything out, clean everything up, to make it clearer and easier for you. If your life is chaotic, it's hard to focus on things. So I'd say you start with that. Make it a routine to clean up immediately after you've, gone up. Sometimes I'll leave the pots soak in at night, get up, do them first thing, do your breakfast, and then while doing your breakfast you can look at your schedule for the day. Now I do this sort of daily schedule. I don't really, I put really important things into the diary as I go, but then every morning I sort of create a tighter, more, structured day around whatever's already in there. So I'll have ice bath, breakfast, shower, gym, or, whatever. Gym, then shower, and then I get back, get dressed, go to the studio, or go to wherever I'm working that day. Sometimes working in a different city doing workshops these days. But you want to get in something that's helping you to improve something that you want to improve. Like if you want to get better at reading, start the day with reading. If you want to get better at writing, start the day with writing. If you want to run longer distances or you want to run faster, that's what you start the day with. you make time for it. You wake up earlier, go to bed earlier, and you focus on you, and then you'll get better. And the better you get at it, not really thinking about it, it just becomes an automatic sort of habit, which is a great book. Automatic Habits, or no, Atomic Habits. I think it's by James Clear, but he might have written a different book. I'm pretty sure it's James Clear who wrote that. I highly recommend it. And painting. If you want to get better at painting, you have to paint. So that's what I do. That's why it's called an artistic practice, because it's a constant. It's a constant. It goes on and on and on, and it develops over a long period of time, and the paintings that you have at the end of your life will be completely different to the ones at the start of your life, or they might be very similar, because you might become more childlike in older age. That's something that I've seen happen with older relatives. Sometimes they become they regress, but that's okay. That's not something that we should point out, to be honest. Make them self-conscious. Roll with it. Which is another good reason to do what you want to do now while you're young. If you're young, or whatever age you are, you're looking at this. Do the thing you want to do. Focus on yourself. And that doesn't mean that you can't, hang out with other people. It just means that, you should be spending most of your time on your own goals and ambitions. If you have the luxury of being childless, although it's not really a luxury, I would say that's a name for me, is to have children one day. You know what I mean. I'm painting in this jacket because I'm going out later, so I kind of dressed up a dressier today. I don't want to get paint on it, but it's already kind of a vintage worn out thing, so I don't think it will really make that much difference. But there's another thing I want to talk about, is the fact that if you dress well and you groom well, whatever size you are, you can make clothes styled and fit better for you. You will feel better, you will feel more confident, and that really helps. It creates some momentum. If you feel good, you want to go out more. You don't want to be isolated. You want to be like, oh, look at how I look. Look how good I look. Because everyone can look good. All they have to do is go and get their hair cut and wear clothes that fit them. And just, do some research. Look at magazines. Look at what other people are wearing. You like a certain character in a film, their style, copy it. And then you sort of come up with your own. God, it makes you feel really good. A lot of men, they're only dressing up when they're going on a date, a funeral, a wedding, a night out, to get laid. You should be doing it for yourself, or to get a job. Do it for yourself all the time. Be looking fresh. Go to the barber shop. You can go to a pretty decent barber shop and get a haircut every week, every 2 weeks, for like a tenner, 12 quid. If you have a look around, it's worth doing it. Keeping it fresh, keeping it sharp. And what I do is I keep this stubble at the minute, and I clipper it with a clipper, like a number 1 or a number 2. I like this. This has grown out a bit more. But then I wet shave, sharpen it all up on the lines. Now, what I would recommend is, if you're a dude and you want to grow a beard, is go to the barbershop after you've grown out for a good 4 weeks. Ask them to, sharpen it up, tidy it up a bit, and then you can just follow their lines yourself. Save money. You don't want to be going there all the time because it costs extra. But then you can take a picture and figure out what the best lines are, and often it will help accentuate your bone structure and stuff, and it will make you feel really good. Top tip: groom. It's like something that people do when they've got depression, is they just stop fucking looking after themselves and grooming, and it's like a thing that can make you feel a lot better. So do that. Even brushing your teeth and washing and putting on a nice scent. It's like, it makes a world of difference. If you feel gross and unclean, other people will get bad vibes, and like, it's really bad, but you're treated differently. Like, and also people who, you know, quite judgy. You shouldn't be doing it for other people, you do it for yourself. You know. Live in a very judgmental... Well, I don't think we do actually. I don't think we live in a judgmental age. I think the internet heightens up that, where we see a lot of people having a go at each other and stuff. It's not very cool. But in real life, most people are easy. Most people are alright. Remember that. You know, you could be stuck in the house, isolated a lot, and all your connections are on the internet. Then, of course, you're going to have a skewed view of the world. People are not themselves on the internet. They're trying to be an ideal version of themselves. Their version of themselves they've created in their mind. It's not even them, it's not authentic. So remember that. Most people are alright in real life. You know, don't compare yourself to people online. Don't compare yourself to other people at all. Compare yourself to yourself. So when I'm talking about getting a little bit better every day, get a little bit better every day, you are the only person that you were comparing yourself to. No one else. Because you're not going to feel good if you do that. You know, you're not. Not at all. Do you like my sign I made? Free Gaza. I think the state of Israel is doing this really disgusting thing where they're like putting loads of bombs down on Palestine. It's a bit fucking crazy. I don't really talk about it a lot, but it's on the mind. I see it. I don't think it's very good. So I put that sign up to, you know, be like, yo, look at this shit. Now, I don't tend to look at the news a lot because it's negative and I want to feel good. But, you know, can't help just to put that. I think that might help a little bit. So I'll put it up there. Even if people see it in a clip or something, they might be like, ooh, subliminally. You know. A lot of this visual, video, advertisement stuff is a bit like warfare in my mind. Psychological warfare is what it is. Brands, they don't try to sell you things anymore. They're trying to sell you an idea. You can be this, you can be that if you buy this thing. It's been like that for decades, to be honest. There was this old Levi's advert that comes to mind. There's a dude that walks into a laundromat and takes off his jeans and everything, and then he, you know, whacks them into the washing machine, and there's some like nice music playing, and then he puts his jeans back on. He just looks like a cool dude. And the idea is, men would want to be him, and women would want to be with him, and they're selling you jeans through this kind of like sexual, cool, like little clip on the telly. It's not just like, buy the new slacks by Levi's. It's just like a cool, it's almost like a music video, but it draws you in because you feel like you're not being sold something, but you are. So if you want to get a message across on the internet or on social media, often the best way, or to sell something, the best way to do that is not bringing it up at all. Just have it within the video somehow. You're using it, and figure out how to make it attractive in the video. Give it to an attractive person to hold, or have, you know, like these paintings. they're in my videos now, they're in the podcasts, so it's making you think I'm an artist. And then you're seeing the paintings and they're like, you might like them, and then you might buy a print. That's my thinking behind doing it. But also I just need to do painting, so I'm killing two birds with one stone, doing a podcast and painting. But I might be thinking, Sally. Warfare. Welfare, warfare. Warfare. I'm going to a video game night tonight, and I've not played video games for ages. I'm looking forward to it. It's with the Brotherhood Legion in Leicester, men's mental health group, and they do all kinds of things. They do free fitness sessions, they do hikes, they go on hikes together all about the place. They have coffee chats every Saturday, which is nice and relaxed, and like at 12. So 12 on a Saturday for a coffee is just beaut. It's like, it's nice to get together with people, getting out the ass, and you're doing something positive. Having a coffee and having a chat with people. I think it can really sort of nourish the mind and the heart and the brain to just go out, like dress up nice and just go out and meet friends, and you can chat about what's on your mind, and that can help a lot. A lot of people lacking that, especially men. So if you are, try and find yourself a men's group, because they'll do these kinds of things, or a club, and then start doing that kind of thing. As I said, you dress smart for yourself, you get out of the house and do something. Action is better than inaction. Action leads to feeling better. Action leads to you doing better financially, mood-wise, romantically wise. You need to do stuff. If you don't do stuff, nothing's going to get done. Just sit about thinking about it, or planning it, or talking about doing it. Go and do something. Small thing creates a domino effect, creates a momentum, and then before you know it, 6 months down the line, you're fucking winning. And you will fall, and things bad happen, and you get back up, and you've got your healthy habits set up, and coping mechanisms set up, and support networks set up, because you're nourishing them by actively seeking out social situations. You're building friendship networks where when bad things happen, they're there to help you. Go and speak to them, sort things out, rather than it becoming an isolated and enclosed clam, I don't know, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? You gotta do stuff. I used to sit in my garage 6 years ago and eat cheese toasties and gut and drink craft beer and fucking listen to music, and that was like a normal evening. I'd just be eating cheese toasties or other processed shit, drinking beer and watching YouTube videos, and it was fucking smoking cigarettes and other things. I'm like, it's fucking bollocks. Makes you feel like shit, makes you look like shit, it makes you unattractive, you smell like shit. Like, then I started cycling, and that propelled me forward. I got better at that. I did a bit of a race, a bit of a challenge, signed up to like a thing. I did that made me feel good. And then the momentum kept going. I applied for uni, didn't get in. Applied again, got in. Pandemic happened. That made that whole process shit. But then 3 years later, graduated. Dad died. But thankfully I was in a good routine with the fitness, which helped when my dad died, because I could do the fitness stuff. I turned the negative into the positive by writing and throwing myself into the creative endeavours and the physical activities. I then found this new support network, the Brotherhood Legion, which has helped a lot, and now I'm gonna go more often. Because we're all fucking human beings. We're always gonna have to deal with loss and grief and all of this negative shit, and we don't have to alone. I would say that exercising alone is really good, and it's good to be comfortable with being alone and not have a reliance on other people to feel okay. We shouldn't rely on other people to make us feel okay, but you know, it's good to have support networks. That's the healthy habits should make you feel better. The fitness stuff, the going out, that's you propelling yourself forward. It's not other people. It's you doing the steps, you know. But never rely on other people to make you happy, because you get disappointed when they're not free or they break up with you or whatever. Don't become clingy and needy. Just, you know, you want support, you give support back. It's got to be, you know, a mutual transaction. But that doesn't mean that when you're feeling really down that you can't, you know, you just ring someone up and be like, no, and you might not be able to give much back because you don't have the energy. But when you feel better, like fucking, you know, give back somehow. Being of service to others will make you feel better. There's something they say in AA is literally that, I think. Not that I'm in AA, but I've certainly listened to people that are in active recovery, and they talk about being of service to others. Right, you know, I wouldn't be opposed to going to an AA meeting, but I don't think I'm an alcoholic, but I know a lot of them, and I think there's meetings that people can go to if they're relatives of addicts, so it might be something I do in the future, but it's certainly something to think about. If you have an addiction or a problem with drink, drugs, try and get to one of those meetings, because then it's literally the same type of thing. You're going in there, you're talking to other people, they're having similar experiences to you, so you can relate to them in a non-judgmental environment, because everyone else is a fucking knobhead. They're going to tell you you're pathetic, and like, they don't actually think you're pathetic, but they love you and they're mean to you because they want you to stop, and it's the shittest thing. It's the worst way to speak to someone is in this negative tone, because you're never gonna fucking change. You have to change yourself. So if you've got a family member that's a fucking addict, the best thing you can do is be nice to them. Don't tell them what to do, and you try and get healthy. You can't change other people, sadly, but you can create an environment, a supportive environment, to help them feel better about themselves in a healthy way. You can, like, you know, bribe them with, not bribe them, just tempt them into coming to the gym, or, you know, doing something that's going to build them up in a positive manner, rather than saying, do you want to go to the pub? Never say that to an alcoholic. I mean, some of them are alright going to a pub, but I would say, you know, you want to stop drinking or something, don't enable it. If you know them, think of other stuff you can do. Yeah. Think of other stuff you can do that's healthy. This lovely coffee from a local coffee shop called Saints of Mocha, and the dude who runs it, Omar, is a coffee geek scientist man, and he knows what he's doing, and they sell the best beans in Leicester. So if you're about, check it out. It's the bee's knees. I get coffee anywhere else, I'm disappointed. Sometimes it's okay, but I have to go there to buy it, Get the cheap beans when you've got a budget, but I get, gotta get those. It's another thing if you struggle with your drinking or your drugs, you've got to find other things that gear a bit something. So physical exercise, ice baths. Apparently ice baths is like, the feeling you get afterwards is like cocaine, and I do them every morning, and it does it's an invigorating feeling, and the high lasts like 1 or 2 hours afterwards. If you stay in there and really get uncomfortable, it is a high. It's fucking great. And the same from physical exercise. And just once you start all these healthy things, and then you have another taste of the fucking shit, the unhealthy stuff, it feels dreadful, and you want to keep on track. Like, you might get off track for a bit, but fucking feels so good when you're fresh in the morning and you're doing all this good stuff. Like, I was never brought up with all these healthy foods. I was always like chips and chicken nuggets and fucking McDonald's, Pepsi Max, sugar-filled hot drinks and biscuits every night, milk and biscuits every night when I was a kid. Shit food. And sometimes we'd have roast dinners and spaghetti bolognese and whatever. I suppose I was a fussy eater, but I wasn't really. I'd eat anything. You sort of like, try new things. Sometimes you think you don't like something, but you just never tried it before. Try it out. If you don't like it, don't have it again. Easy as that, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know any dietitians. I think they're all full of it. No, I don't. But I think what you want to do is do like an 80-20 split. So I do 80% welfare, try to, and then I'll have, a bit of chocolate, nice chocolate, Tony's chocolate, dark chocolate, whatever, biscuits, a peanut butter and yogurt, maybe put a bit of biscuits in there and dunk some fruit in. You gotta make it enjoyable. If you give up everything, you're gonna fucking go off on one and go on a bender with all the whatever it is, drugs, sugary shit. You need to make the healthy new habits and into a lifestyle that's sustainable. That's why people don't do well with diets. They lose the weight and then they put it back on because they're on a diet. It's not sustainable. It's everything in life. If you want to get good at it, you have to make it sustainable. So if you want to get good at painting, you want to spend a lot of time doing that. You have to figure out how you're going to make money from art. If you want to get really fit, you need to do it in a way where it doesn't take away from other things in your life. So you have to get up earlier. You have to change structures and schedules, and it becomes easier the more you do it. So that's how to make it sustainable. You have to think about that when you're planning it. You're planning the new ways of living. So I think I'm going to try and get someone on there, a guest on here who's I think I might get my mate Anton on here again, because he's sort of he smoked weed all the time and was a drug dealer for a bit, and then he fixed himself. I want to get more people on like that, because there's so many people, it's a big problem, especially drinking in this country. There's so many people that find it difficult because every social situation seems to be that it's always to do with drinking. It's bollocks. like, people will serve you even if you tell them that you're an alcoholic. It's, you know, it's fucking shit. It's hard. It's hard as fuck to do. It's hard as fuck, dude. Yeah. Get more guests on that are in recovery or have recovered from, you know, maybe even if they've just fucking lost the weight and kept it off. People that have sustainable, like, fitness habits and stuff. It'd be good to get their perspectives and some advice from them, how to be able to sustain it. I'm sure everyone fucking has their off weeks, but the more we look at other people and ask them questions, the more knowledge we will have, and the better we're going to be. So, yeah, it's starting to look good. Bit of yellow, bit of cadmium red, and it actually looks like orange to me. You see, what I'm doing here is I'm making something. If you have a passion, you could just write about it, do research about it, read about it, make videos about it. There you go. There's an idea. And that's something you can do with your time. It's a positive thing. Not just sit in. Because you can sit on your arse and do that in your bedroom. But you're actively fucking creating something that you can put out there. And it creates a positive thing that other people can learn from. You can create content that other people can learn from. They're going to like that. And you're going to get good feedback from it. And the more you do it, it can turn into something like earning money on YouTube. It could turn into a job because someone might see it, a writing you've done, an article, they might offer you work. You never know. It's happened to me. It's how I got work. I've earned more money in the last week than I've ever earned, ever. Through a fucking just action, going towards things and just fucking go out and do stuff. It just keep doing stuff. The more you do, the more chance you've got of succeeding. If you don't do anything, you've definitely got no chance of succeeding in life at anything. You just have to go and do something. Anything. Anything. Anything at all. Helping other people is a great way to make money, I would say. Figure out how to help people. It gives you purpose. A lot of people lack purpose, which in turn makes them feel really, really down. You feel like you're not adding to the world, which makes you feel like shit. But you do. Everyone adds something. So to figure out what you can add and then start adding it. And it could even just be fucking listening to someone. That could help. Like, that's what therapists do. All they do is listen to other people and then say something. And then the person they go and who's going to see them hands them a big wad of money. Call yourself a life coach. Go on a week-long training program. Become a life coach. Start charging loads of money to help people, you know, create intentions and structure their life so they can become more successful. You can make money doing anything. You just have a look. And then that will give your life meaning. And something to get up in the morning for. So if you don't have that, and you just feel like shit. Or even just doing a painting. Like, I'm saying that what I'm doing here is looking into the microscopic realms of biology, looking under the microscope at nature, at biology. Biology is just the study of life. So what I'm doing, I'm like looking under the microscope at it, and I'm like, what is life? And then I'm putting that on there enlarged, and then I'm putting figures out to create figures in abstract shapes that you might see, to create narratives that should hopefully help people be able to process emotions. But I'm not really thinking about what I'm doing right now because I'm doing this. But as this painting develops, I'll start to see faces and see trees or something going on, and then a story will develop, and then an idea will develop, and then there'll be some writing that will accompany this painting. And then it creates this kind of, work that can hopefully help someone to deal with something. Like a sad song can help you feel cathartic, you have a cry and you feel better. Maybe you could do that with visual art. I've really struggled with getting that from visual art, so that's the challenge. I'm challenging myself to try and create things that can have a positive impact on people, rather than just trying to make a pretty picture. But I'm trying to make them pretty as well, pretty trippy and aesthetically pleasing. But yeah, I suppose paintings that have stories and are working with a story or a narrative are the ones that can make people think and be thought-provoking, and then that can have a positive impact because it inspires them to do something, or they just look at things differently, and that can help. So that's what I'm trying to do. But first you just have to act. So what I'm doing is just acting. I'm putting random things down and hoping that things will start appearing. Manifest the things that you want. How do you do that? From taking action. This is such a repetitive fucking recording, but it's true. The other week I were at Tate Modern and I saw a Peter Doig painting, and it was gobsmackingly beautiful, and it was huge. It was a big painting. I've only seen pictures of it before, and it was a really beautiful painting. It's really stopped me in my tracks. I had a really good stare at the thing, and it was very inspiring, and it was almost cinematic. When you go to the cinema and it's like, whoa, you're engulfed by this image. I think that's why I enjoy very large paintings that have some kind of narrative going on. It feels cinematic. So I think looking at the cinema is a good way of helping you to be able to tell stories. You look at the colours, you think about how the actors are portraying the characters, or reading. Every creative thing in existence feeds into one another. Comedy, films, music, visual art like painting and so on, it all, dancing, it all feeds in to one another. I mean, life generally is all just helping to create these new forms of art. So yeah, to create good stories, you just have to have action. Listen, be aware, spectate, look for new things. Really look at things. Meditate on things. Yeah. Writing about things in a little notebook or journal about why you like something is also a good practice. The more you write and think about why you like certain things, the better you're going to be at articulating why you like certain things, and the better that you get at articulating everything, becoming a better describer of things, the more people are going to be interested in what you have to say as a person. You're going to be more respected as a person of authority on whatever it is that you're talking about. For me, it's painting. I talk about painting to everyone, even people that aren't interested in it. I seem to be able to get them interested in it by the way I talk about it, because I link it to other things that they're interested in, like fitness, anything. Going to be doing some workshops at a local pub soon, getting people to paint. I think the more people that have creative outlets, the better. It is a really good way to stimulate the mind and be social, is to do something creative together. I really enjoy being in workshops and I enjoy facilitating them. I think it's fun. So yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, then you'll see I'll be adding a couple of new tickets soon and also doing a giveaway. So you'll be able to enter that and you might win, and then and there might be some food as well in the giveaway. So make sure you have a look at that. It'll be good. It'll be very good. Trust me, it'll be very good. It's going to be sick. A lot of people coming. A lot of people are just coming to look. My messages, people are like, can I come just to look? Yep. So it's a good opportunity if you're a creative or you're interested in painting to come to this thing, to meet other people that are into that, to talk to them. That's the whole point. Socializing people through creative endeavors. That's my whole mission this year. Yeah. I can't think of anything else to say now, so I'm going to have to say bye-bye.